Boys, it is a sad day. It is once again a sad week. Not only did the Seattle Seahawks lose, not only did we get completely cheated by the refs, not only was the game unwatchable because of the commentators, but injuries occurred and some horrible injuries at that. Rashad Penny is out for the rest of the season. He broke his fibula. He had some injuries to his tibia as well. It's just incredibly sad. I mean, Rashad Penny, there's nothing he can do about it. When he's on the field, he's a great running back. I mean, he was incredible last season at the end of the season when he came back from his injury from the year prior. I mean, he came back from injury, top of the league stats. He, started a little bit slow this year, but he started picking it up over these last few weeks as the offense started to get going. And he just had an incredibly unfortunate play. He had a huge defensive lineman land on his leg. There's nothing he can do about it. His leg got broken because some big man landed on it. I mean, you can't blame Rashad Penny for that. And, you can look at my older videos. I've talked about Rashad Penny, and I refuse to put the blame of injury on players. I've always been a guy that's been a Rashad Penny supporter. I refuse to call him a bust. I never did, never will. I may have insinuated it, but I will not say he's a bust because his issues haven't been with his talent and him playing football. His issues have been injuries, which you can't control. I mean, we saw with Chris Carson. It's not his fault. He just keeps on getting hurt. Maybe you can blame his play style, but I mean, you can't do anything about injuries after a certain point. Injuries just happen, and it's so unfortunate that Rashad Penny keeps on dealing with it because anytime he gets on the field, he just looks great. He looks like a good running back, and then he just gets hurt, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's just so sad to see. It's heartbreaking. I mean, there's really no other word for it. There's no other way to describe it. It is heartbreaking to see it happen so consistently because, I mean, imagine the mental battle that you have to go with, the mental strain that you deal with every single year, not being able to play a full season. It has to suck for Rashad Penny, and I hope he recovers. I hope he does well in his recovery, and he can become he can come back better than he was. It's so sad to see this happen, but when it comes to Rashad Penny going out, this leads to the immediate, I guess, production uphaul for Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker is going to be the replacement for Rashad Penny. This was kind of how it was looked at when we drafted him in the second round, that he was going to come in. He was going to be the replacement for the future for Rashad Penny. I mean, hopefully Rashad Penny isn't done. I'd like to see him back because he is still pretty young. If we can get him on another 1-year deal after his injury is, healed, that would be nice because Rashad Penny's a cool running back. He's good. But it's time for Kenneth Walker to play. It's hard to get excited because it is at the expense of Rashad Penny, but Kenneth Walker is getting his opportunity now. Last week, we saw some good plays from him. We saw some decent plays. He had some 1 or 2 yarders. He had a decent 4 or 5 yarder, and then he had his first career NFL touchdown. Let's take a look at this touchdown because, boy, this was a great play from the offense in general. The blocking, Kenneth Walker making the decision-making up front. Hopefully these blockers will stop the copyright from completely killing me, but Kenneth Walker here, you see him. He gets the handoff. He's running left. Oh, man. This left side is completely, just absolutely dominated. I mean, they're not pushing in, but there's really nowhere he can go unless he bounces it all the way out to the outside. But that's kind of what this was designed to be, it seems like. A cutback play because you can see Abe Lucas coming over, absolutely dominating whoever this guy is. And then you see Tyler Lockett. Maybe he could have done better on the block. He didn't really need to because this guy has the brain capacity of a snail on weed or something. He was just so far behind. I don't know what he was looking at here. He just stops to stare at his teammate, and then he decides he wants to turn around. Tyler Lockett doesn't really need to make the block. Still stops him from coming up. But look at Dwayne Eskridge on this play. On the left side right here, Dwayne Eskridge just in the way. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're staring at Dwayne Eskridge like they're going to kiss him and make out with him. But, I mean, Kenneth Walker shows his speed. Look at him just go. And then, of course, he continues to run. First career touchdown. It's nice to see Kenneth Walker succeed. I hope he continues to do well. he started showing some really good signs as a running back. He before was like running straight into the line and just kind of taking whatever he had and just not even trying to get more. But as the game progressed, after Rashad Penny's injury and he started getting used more, you saw him kind of cutting back and forth, finding holes that were in the line. That was nice to see. I hope he can continue to get better because, as a rookie, I'd assume it's kind of hard to adjust to the NFL. You're going from like some pretty good players to literally the best players in the world. So I'd assume it'd be kind of hard and kind of an adjustment period for Kenneth Walker. But overall, I mean, I think he can succeed. He clearly showed that he can do well. And I think that there is a good shot for Kenneth Walker to actually have a good season. Let's take another look at this touchdown play here because, man, I like it. But Kenneth Walker, you can see, reads the defense, sees there's nothing going that way, hold to the right, cut back. Abe Lucas getting the blocks. This guy can't keep up. Just absolutely gets completely dookied on. Look at him on his hands and knees begging for it. Now you see Dwayne Eskridge. I don't know what he's doing. He's going in for the kiss, and the defender is ready to just, reciprocate. But Kenneth Walker just, I don't understand what this defender's doing. If I was a Saints fan, I would be so pissed off right now, just looking at this because the defender's like just standing squared up with Dwayne Eskridge. I don't understand that from a defensive standpoint, but Kenneth Walker just gets around him because of it. So, I mean, great play from Dwayne Eskridge. Kenneth Walker, of course, getting the touchdown. But overall, I think Kenneth Walker will suffice. And if he doesn't, DJ Dallas showed very good signs, very promising play in the preseason. Surprisingly, he hasn't been used barely at all throughout the season. But now that Travis Homer is on injured reserve, Rashad Penny's out for the season, I believe DJ Dallas and Kenneth Walker will be the two guys that we'll see a lot of usage from. I think DJ Dallas will do surprisingly good. I think he'll surprise people. But Kenneth Walker, I mean, he's getting his shot. He's getting thrown into the fire. He is getting the running back one job just out of the get-go, not even halfway through the season. It's unfortunate how he got the job, but Kenneth Walker is going to be that guy. I mean, of course, prayers up to Rashad Penny to have a speedy and healthy recovery, but it's Kenneth Walker's season now. Make sure you get him on fantasy football if you can, if you want to, if he's available. But overall, sad news from Rashad Penny going out, but I have high hopes for Kenneth Walker, and honestly, I believe DJ Dallas is a very good running back that hasn't seen a lot of usage, and I would like to see him get used more, and I think this will allow him to be used more. So it's sad that Rashad Penny is out, but Kenneth Walker, we'll get to see him go, and I think DJ Dallas will get a pretty big role too, and I think he will do well as well. But that's going to do it for the video. Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are on this. Of course, sad to see Rashad Penny go, but, please let's refrain from calling him a bust or saying anything negative because I like Rashad Penny. But let's get hyped for Kenneth Walker. Let's hope he can actually continue to do good like he did in the Saints game. Let's hope that he can have the run game going. But that's going to do it for the video. And with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.